Cheers, you. A wild night on the north-east coast of England, and it could be a wild night in the Championship as well. Borough start the night second, looking to close the gap on leaders Coventry to 7 points. For Hull, they're ninth, but a win would lift them into the top three. So it's all to play for here on what is a windy and wet evening at the MKM Stadium. Hull make two changes from that controversial win at Stoke last week. Diaby and Ndala drop to the bench as Amir Hadzimetovic and Kyle Joseph both come in. Two former Borough players in Giles and Crooks start for Hull tonight. Panda in goal, Coyle, Ajayi, Egan and Giles at the back, Crooks, Hadzimetovic and Slater in the middle. Gelhardt in form, 7 in 9 for him. Destin and Joseph make up the front attacking line. And good news for Hull, the likes of Liam Miller and Ollie McBurney, both fit again, are on the bench, as is Mohamed Baloumi. Kim Hellberg makes 3 changes after an opening win over Derby. McGree, Strelec and Gilbert come in. A first start of the year for Gilbert, who's been very much on the outside looking in, as out go Brown, Hansen and Bergzorg. It's Bryn in goal, Britton, the former Hull man Alfie Jones, partners Matt Targett and Bangura in the back four. McGree and Hackney holding with Whittaker, Strelec and Gilbert behind Tommy Conway, who desperately needs a goal. None in the last 14 for him, but he leads the line tonight. Chris, two teams out. The weather has abated a little bit. What you've mentioned, you think both teams are going to score. I think this is a game that's got goals written all over it, isn't it? Yeah, for sure. You look at the quality, the form of both teams. It's about who's going to dominate possession for me. I think Hull have a given right here at home to go and get on the ball and try and make things happen. They are a little bit more direct than Middlesbrough, who like to slow it down, like to play through the thirds. But if Middlesbrough do try and do that, I expect this Hull side, that high defensive line, to go and press, allow that midfield and attacking line to go and put and try and force the error in the right areas of the pitch. Well, we're underway. Hull in their black and gold strip, going from right to left, launch it high. Borough in their change strip, the white shirts with the dark blue sleeves and dark shorts as well. And Borough, who have, I think, managed to get through that Rob Edwards period relatively unscathed, but they might be about to be put behind here as Crooks made it into the area. But now Middlesbrough will look to break, and it's a harum-scarum start to the match. And forward now goes Riley McGree for Middlesbrough over the halfway line, and the first free kick comes for Middlesbrough just over the halfway line. So it's already inside the opening 30 seconds. Hull have shown, Chris, they're going to get forward at every opportunity. Yeah, exactly that. You're looking at Pandur, just puts the foot through it, doesn't he? Tons of defence, well, just hits that attacking line, doesn't he? And it's picking up second balls. Look at the way they're going after it. Well, they've given it away again there. Middlesbrough trying to play out, and Enis Destan almost picked the pocket of the Borough back four. Now it's played forward. Egan will ease it back to Panda, who did well actually. A bouncing ball, volleys it towards halfway. It's chested down by Borough, and they will bring it down on halfway. Well, Hull have shown already that they are an attacking threat under Sergei Yukorovic, but they do concede a lot of goals. Yeah, they do, but it doesn't matter how perfect the press is. With this quality in this Middlesbrough side, if they have the composure and bravery to play through that press, it will sit back. It has to drop back in respect. It does here on the ball. Solbrin, all in blue tonight. Panda away down the right-hand side is all in a luminous green strip, as Borough playing out on this near side. Here's Whittaker, who's been in good form for Borough, looks for the crossfield switch. Bangura racing forward, took it down, but his touch takes him back to the halfway line. You're live on TalkSport 2, your home of the EFL. Another massive weekend of action, including Arsenal at Villa tomorrow. Live on TalkSport, we'll be at Derby Leicester 12:30 on TalkSport 2 before Ipswich Coventry. Another massive game in the promotion race from the Championship. There's now a free kick for Hull after they had a player bundled over. That was Kyle Joseph, and that's a free kick just inside his own half. Yeah, it was a foul, a tackle that Callum Britton had to make there. You know, I think just to try and get Kyle Joseph out of the stride. It was a good one to give away. He was never going to get booked for it. It stopped cold, didn't it? Yeah, he just kind of left his body in there, didn't he? Yeah. Here's Panda waiting for things to happen. We'll ease it out to the near side. Hull attacking the goal away to our left, like they like to do here at the MKM in the first half. They'll have the wind at their back. There's a ball knocked forward by Panda, will reach halfway. Britain misjudged the header. Destan can't bring it down, and it's eased back by Targett. The Newcastle loanee, who's playing in the central defensive positions. They've got a raft of injuries, Middlesbrough, and they'll be hoping that those will clear up sooner rather than later. as the ball flicked round the corner by Joseph goes out into the Middlesbrough dugout for a throw-in. It's 0-0 if you just joined us. 3 gone. Mark Wilson with a former Scotland man, Chris Llewellyn. And Chris will be looking forward to the World Cup. Brazil, Morocco, Haiti waiting the group stages for Scotland.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, something very much looking forward to it. I will be out there, so looking forward to getting myself there. Looking at that, Kyle Joseph there being out, I've got to say, Callum Britton just focus on the ball. He's trying to get touch tight to Kyle Joseph. I think he's just got to, and he's kind of, the ball's bounced a couple of times in that defensive unit. Ball cannot bounce. As soon as the ball bounces there, it's in the favour of the attacking player as well. So you've got to look at the likes of Alfie Jones, Target. Can they go and be aggressive? Make sure they win that ball when it's in there.
Yeah, ball back with the Middlesbrough goalkeeper Sol Bryn. Kim Hellberg, who started off with a win against Derby last time out. We're looking to build on that with an away win here. There's a ball out of play this time for a Hull throw. Down below us, Sergei Yakurovic. He's got the big coat on. I don't blame him. It's been horrendous, the weather here in Hull for the last couple of hours. It wasn't too bad when we arrived, but the rain has been lashing down, as that's a bit of a risky ball across the back from Hull. And in the end, Middlesbrough are going to get a throw in. That pass to Ajayi there gave him absolutely no chance. Did it on the edge of his own area. He won't thank Egan for that pass.
Yeah, that's where I think John Egan's just got to put the foot through it, turn that Middlesbrough defence, make it big, allow that defensive unit to get out. Don't take risk as well.
Here come Borough forward again. It's Hackney who has it, feeds it in here. Chance momentarily for Whittaker. He's dispossessed. It's one back here. Whittaker on it, 25 yards out, hit it, but he hit it straight at the keeper. That was a chance.
Massive opportunity. He didn't even have to take the shot on. He could have taken another touch as well, because the likes of Egan and Ajayi just it separated. He could have ran right through, take it into the 18-yard box, and then pick his spot there. But fantastic from Hayden Hackney. And Riley McGree, who's in beside him there as well.
Hull have it over on the far side. 5 gone. You're live on TalkSport 2. Big game this. Can Borough close the gap on Coventry, or will Hull jump up into the top 3? Another cracking weekend. We'll have all the goals as they go in from the AFL and the Premier League tomorrow with Adrian Durham from 2:30. That's after Aston Villa Arsenal. What a game that is in the Premier League. It's live and exclusive on TalkSport tomorrow. And we've got a couple of crackers from the Championship as well. Every angle covered here on the TalkSport network. When you mentioned the World Cup, every game from the World Cup will be live across the TalkSport network in the summer. And maybe more important and rather more urgent than that, every dart from the World Championship at the Alexandra Palace will be live on the TalkSport app, on the TalkSport Darts YouTube channel, and on TalkSport and TalkSport 2 across the event as well. Can't wait for that. 0-0 here. Chance for Joseph. Feeds it forward for Destin. Turns edge of the box. Looks to slide it into Gelhardt. Gelhardt up against Target. Crooks is making a run into the box. Gelhardt will look to put the cross in. It might fall here. Oh, well, I thought there maybe Joseph could have brought that down. I'm not sure he tried to head it to a teammate. Chris maybe should have had a touch and a shot.
Yeah, I thought he read the flight of the ball well, but he just tried to put it back across. I don't know what he's seen there. I think he could take it on the chest there. He had a little bit of time and space around him, and then it just make sure it's a sharp contact towards goal. A little bit of miscommunication maybe.
Well, it's 0-0. Giles, a former Borough player, has it down level with the edge of the box. Referee saying take it there, 20 yards out from the corner flag. Nearly 7 gone, 0-0. Throwing goes backwards, and now it's all the way back to the keeper from the boot of Amir Adzimetovic, who Barry Cooper told us earlier they refer to him as Amir in this part of the world, Chris, and I think we were both quite happy to hear that.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely delighted to hear that. I'm just looking at the way that Middlesbrough have set up, and it's Hayden and Gilbert as the central two. Riley McGree's kind of floating out, so it's like a 4-4-2 if you look at it now.
Yeah, if we stopped it now, it is a 4-4-2. We can see it like the tactics board out in front of us, Hull in possession. The front two chasing down, a midfield 4 and a back 4 in behind it. Here now is Destin. Nice turn, took him away from target, and now they're overloading on that right-hand side. Here's Gelhardt now into the box, gives it to Coyle, and Coyle just got it stuck underneath his feet. He goes behind it for a goal kick. He just wanted another yard or two on that, Louis Coyle.
Well, I'm sure he's had a little pop at Gelhardt there as well. Louis Coyle, I thought I thought the ball wasn't too bad. I don't think you have to take a touch here. I think Coyle can come onto it, look across the face of goal and go, have a bit of that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but I think there's a little smile as well on Coyle's face, saying the ball should have been better. The quality and understanding both of them have, the ball should be coming in the box. If I'm a striker, being in the box, you want end product.
Well, look at this from Borough. 2 passes now. They're trying to play their way in down the left-hand side. McGree's going to keep it in. There are 2 white shirts waiting in the middle. One of them's Whittaker. It falls with the offside. Well, it's play on. And Borough have turned it into the back of the net. And it's Strelec with a goal. There's got to be a question about offside there. It's a great cross from McGree. Ball from Whittaker. Did it hit a Hull defender? Strelec was there 6 yards out. And he turns and hooks it into the roof of the net. It's Hull 0, Middlesbrough 1.
Well, I've got to say, right, looking at it from here, we don't have the luxury. I'm sure Hugh and Will in the studio will get back to us and let us know. I thought he was offside. You know, it's a great ball in behind. Riley McGree kept it alive. Strelec does everything right. He takes the man away. Whittaker comes in, and it's a little kind of chip ball. Whittaker doesn't make a clean contact, but it goes forward. But does it come from the defender? If it comes off the defender, Strelic's onside, and I understand that, but I thought Whittaker made some sort of contact with it as well. But Strelic for me was in an offside position. I'm just looking at the player at the far end. No, he's onside. Look at that.
Onside. He's onside. The player who's chased McGree back.
McGree is basically on the. Yeah, fantastic decision from the linesman. Modern technology, Mark. Fantastic that.
Yeah, Strelec with a goal. We've seen a replay and it stands, and so it should as well, because the player that was playing him on was about 30 yards further away over the far side. And that is a dream start for Middlesbrough. And Strelec, who we saw earlier in the season, only played 45 minutes that time, didn't he? I thought it was outstanding. He got a goal that night as well.
But he got his just rewards. He done everything right. He took the man beyond the front post, made that space for Whittaker to go and attack. And you know, when you work hard and you're selfless for the team, little things drop for you there. And like you say, he was clinical when it dropped.
Yeah, 10 on the clock and a dream start for the Borough. But Hull have got themselves a free kick right on this near side touchline. Now, what we shouldn't be surprised about is the fact that Hull have conceded, because it's very rare these days they do keep clean sheets, so they have conceded. No real surprise there.
Well, it's only Sheffield Wednesday that have conceded more, isn't it? Yeah. In the Championship, it says something. That's just one thing. They just need to tighten up with the goals that they score. They'll win more games than they lose, but they have to show a reaction now in this game against a very good footballing side.
Here's a free kick from Giles, whips it into a dangerous area, and it's cleared away on the near side. Callum Britton, it was 6 yards out, who scoops it away. It's Hull 0, Middlesbrough 1. Strelec's goal has put the visitors in the ascendancy here, and Hull trying to work an opening on this near side. Joseph did well to block the attempted clearance, and it's played forward. Whittaker's after it, and he's up against Slater, who did well in the end, and then the ball hooked back by Louis Coyle back to his goalkeeper Panda. Not the start Hull would have wanted, but Middlesbrough delighted with that. And you have to say, Chris, it was a beautiful move. It was one of those where they played it out from inside their own 6-yard box, but 2 passes got them over halfway, and then they were precise.
Yeah, you're spot on, Matt, but you still got to have willing runners. Riley McGree asking that question in behind. The way to pass was excellent, wasn't it? It just allowed the likes of Strelic and Whittaker to get in the right areas, because you know when you've got good players in those wide areas that the quality is going to be coming in. End product.
Yeah, 1-0 here on TalkSport. We're live at the MKM Stadium where the rain is lashing down. Best place for you to be tonight is at home listening on your radio on the TalkSport app. We hope you're all safe and well. It's going to be another wild weekend, weather-wise and football-wise, across the TalkSport network. And right now, Middlesbrough in front, and they've got a free kick. Bangura, what a bonus for Middlesbrough to get him back as well. Nearly 2 years out, made his first appearance against Derby.
Yeah, like you say, you know what you're getting from him. He brings that. He's got that defensive responsibility as well, knows his positions, but can he go and be aggressive? That energy down that left flank.
Here at the back, the ball with Jones, a former Hull City man. Had a few good years here as well, Alfie Jones, but he's up with the Borough now, and Borough have got to throw it down below us, and they lead by a goal to nil. You're live on TalkSport. Triple header of live commentaries to come tomorrow. So much live football. This part of the festive 50, of course. 50 live commentaries across the TalkSport network. TalkSport, TalkSport 2, the TalkSport app as well. As Solbryn knocks forward towards halfway, it holds up on the wind, and the ball met on the full by Egan, but it's returned inside the Hull City half. Bangura gets it off Conway. He heads forward. He's 20 yards over the halfway line. He rolls it down the left touchline. Conway, a willing runner, will keep it in. He's looking. Then he goes to ground. Referee's given a free kick. Ajayi is who's brought him down, and this is probably midway inside the Hull half, right on that far touchline side. They're going to look to launch in the big boys here.
Well, this is what, again, just the way to pass, the timing of the run from Conway was excellent. Under real pressure as well, wasn't he? Was it Louis Coyle, I think, was just always pressure on, having little nibbles. I think just try and steer him away from your goal. Job done there. Silly one to give a free kick.
It is a free kick. Middlesbrough looking to double their advantage. I'm looking across to that away end. It's not the furthest journey in the world for Middlesbrough. There's not a seat to be had in that away section. Great support from the northeast here. There's a ball over on the far side. It's going to be swung in left-footed into the 6-yard box. It'll fall edge of the area. Didn't quite fall in the end for Middlesbrough, and they'll retreat with McGree back towards halfway, and they retain possession. 14 on the clock. Hull City 0, Middlesbrough 1, and the ball all the way back to Sol Bryn, who has it just outside his own area. He'll look to go long. McGree again is a willing runner, just jumped a little bit too early, and Egan will watch the ball away from him and then knock it forward towards halfway. Joseph can't win the header, but it comes off for Borough play. It did look like it went out. Certainly Ryan Giles thought it went out, and Hull almost stopped there. Middlesbrough play on. They keep it on halfway. Here's Hackney, finds Morgan Whittaker, back to Hackney. Hackney plays it forward now, laid off back to Hackney, the give and go. He's driving forward on his left foot into the edge of the area. He tried to thread it through. Everyone was waiting for the shot. It didn't come, and now the break could be on for Hull. Up towards halfway, a hopeful ball. Bryn's come out of his area. Oh, what a touch from the goalkeeper. Brilliant. Brought it down like a midfield maestro on the edge of his area, and then just rolls it away. And now Borough on the attack again. And again they've got in behind Coyle. Driving into the box here. Coyle with a challenge. Referee waves it away. They're furious. I think it's Conway who's gone down right on the edge of the 18-yard box. It looked like there might have been contact. Yeah,
I think there was contact. I think Conway just made sure that he got the touch. He got his body in between ball and man, just waited for it. I think the referee, I've got to say, Dean Whitestone was up with play there, but was already expecting it as well. I think Conway doesn't need to go to ground there. Stay on your feet, invite that challenge again, or get your shot away.
Yeah.
Ryan McGree's causing all sorts of problems because he's floating into the little space. He's running in behind. That's where someone has to go man for man. Look at him again. He's got that much space. Someone has to go. That's causing his problems. You stay with him, and when he goes in behind, you run with him all the way. But he can't. Look at him. He's just picking up those little pockets without the ball. But even with the ball, someone has to take responsibility from a Hull point of view.
Well, here Hull now. They have it just over the halfway line. They trail by that goal to nil live on TalkSport 2. Strelek's goal, an emphatic finish from close in. Slater's touch wasn't great, but he keeps possession. Semi Ajayi will get the ball away to John Egan, and Egan thinking about the pass over across the back to Crooks. He finds Crooks, the former Middlesbrough midfielder, who goes past one. Now drives forward. Destin tried to play it wide for Gelhardt. Didn't really find him, but Gelhardt's won it back, and Gelhardt will get it back down that right-hand channel. Coyle was taken down, and that'll be a free kick about 12 yards out on the right-hand side of the penalty area. That was pretty cynical from Middlesbrough. Hull with a chance to hit back here, trailing 1-0.
Yeah, it's fantastic play, isn't it? Linking up, Bangura, I've got to say, I think he had to take him down. Gelhardt had control of the ball, a little reverse into the path. I've got to say, he had to take him down, or he's running into the 18-yard box there. So I think the referee again spot on with his decision there. It was Slater, wasn't it, that he took down?
I thought it was Coyle personally, but it is a free kick and a chance here for Hull. Now what do they do here, Chris? Is it it's down the right hand side, so a right footer would swing it away from goal, a left footer would swing it in towards that far post. Are you shooting from here, or are you just looking to cross it into that 6-yard box?
Well, if you look at Kyle Joseph, that's just right on the penalty spot just now, right, he's just going to run away from that space. Oh, there's Whittaker. That's where he should have been straight away. Just nullify the threat of Slater there, who's just outside the D. But that's the space they want to nullify. Who's going to come into that?
Well, here comes the cross, and it is whipped in towards the near post, and it's a lovely header away from Alex Gilbert, and heads it out for a throw-in on the far side. Not really anything on the end of that free kick. Wasn't the best, was it?
I think you've got to beat the first man, haven't you? I think if you're going to beat the wall, make sure you beat the first man, but put it right in the money, central of the 6-yard box, and like you say, give Sol Bryn something to come and deal with.
The wind blowing here. Gelhardt, who's been a force to be reckoned with in recent games. 7 in 9 for him, and a couple of assists as well. He has been the man of the moment. And now we've got a stoppage as it was Strelec was just putting his boot back on. Quite why we stopped the game for that, I'm not sure, but it's a throw in the hole. 1-0 here, 18 minutes gone. Strelec with a goal that put the visitors in front inside the opening 10. Hull looking to hit back. That's a nice pass, but Crooks just had to turn his back on it to get into the area, and he lost sight of it. They get it back now down that touchline, but his long legs can't keep it in. Right in front of the Borough fans. They'll have enjoyed that one as well, as it goes out for a throw-in to the visitors, Middlesbrough, who lead by a goal to nil. That breaking news earlier on, if you've been listening to TalkSport this afternoon, England have drawn Croatia, Ghana and Panama in the group. They're in Group L, and in Group C, Brazil, Morocco, Haiti and Scotland. The Republic, if they qualify, I think they've got a pretty good draw. Mexico, South Africa and South Korea, and Wales or Northern Ireland, one of them only can make it through. Canada, Qatar and Switzerland. Now that is a good group, isn't it?
Yeah, fantastic.
One of them can get through there. Every game live at the World Cup on the TalkSport network. And that ball has gone out of play right over on the far side. Hull leading by a goal to nil. Hull trailing by a goal to nil here. 19 on the clock. Hull nil, Middlesbrough 1. I'll tell you what, Chris, you've got to admire the fans in the goal, behind the goal away to our left, because the wind and the rain is blowing straight in that stand, isn't it?
And look at it, not bothered at all, just loving it. It's what it's all about, honestly.
Yeah, here's the ball back to Bryn, who does well with the bouncing ball, gets it away on this near side to Britton, who did well under pressure, didn't panic, backed his touch, gets the ball back. Oh, then he tried too much and the ball cleared away, and rather fortuitously Alfie Jones wins the throw in for Middlesbrough. Britain did well and then didn't do so well in the same move.
But it was on just to turn the whole defence. Britain, fantastic little bit of control, gets it down, opens up the play, can look forward. Can he play into the likes of Whittaker feet even?
Yeah, here's a chance now for Destin, but he's outnumbered, the former Trabzonspor player. Subs are warming up from both sides away to our left here at the NKM Stadium. Pitch is looking quite heavy, it's cut up quite badly here. As now Borough come forward again, and there's a big pass on here on the right. Britton is unmarked, he's got about 30 yards of space on this near side. He will play in an early ball to the edge of the area. McGree hits it first time and just over the top. Well, it was good technique. We know McGree can score some special goals, but right in the D, hit it on the volley and it's over the top. Still 1-0 Borough.
Just everything about it was excellent. Strelec asking that question in behind. Morgan Whittaker then gets himself central. Britton with an excellent ball, so Whittaker's taking defence away, comes into McGree, takes it in his mid-drift there, and then tries to take it on the volley. If he hits the target or puts it in the back of the net, what a goal that would have been. Fantastic play. Yeah,
1-0 here. Ball flicked forward by Destin and all the way through to the goalkeeper Solbrin. Have not quite been able to get anything going forward at the moment, Hull. No real serious threat on Solbrin's goal. Middlesbrough have kept them at arm's length so far. From Hellberg's side with the early goal, leading here, and if they stay in front at the end of it, they'll be 7 points behind the runaway leaders Coventry. We mentioned earlier, I know they've lost ground to Coventry at the top of the table, but they've come through that Rob Edwards period still in the top two. That I think is crucial. That gives such an advantage now to Kim Hellberg coming in here into this team.
Yeah, and like you say, I think he has a clear way that he wants his team to play as well. He's inherited a fantastic group of players that's in a very, very healthy position. Can they kick on now? But you're spot on. I think in that transitional period where you've got Vivesh in, who's interim, it's important that you don't lose too many games, you don't lose ground, or you don't allow the others behind you to kind of pick up the points and close that gap as well. So no, it's a fantastic position to be in, but they still have to go and deliver. Fantastic coming back from a goal down against Derby, 1-0 up here. How they manage a game, this team has shown me that they can manage games, they can see games out.
Yeah, David Strelec with a goal, his second Borough goal for the Slovakian, and that has Middlesbrough leading by a goal to nil here. Reminder, tomorrow doubleheader from the Championship. Derby Leicester's our lunchtime TalkSport 2 exclusive commentary, followed by Ipswich against Coventry. So some big games. Derby on a decent run of form, or they have been. I know they lost a couple in the last week or two, but prior to that went on a great run of victories, as McGree again does well. All eased back to Panda, and he now will launch it on his right boot. Gelhardt is appealing for a free kick on halfway. The referee's waved that away, and Middlesbrough will bring it down, and they will have it inside their own half. Alfie Jones will feed it out to Britton near side. Britton, his ball forward is blocked, and out for a throw in. Well, I think it's fair to say, not only with the scoreboard, but I think performance-wise, I think the visitors will be far happier than Hull, who've not really offered a great deal at the minute.
Yeah, I just think when you're looking at, I've already been really impressed with Alex Gilbert, seeing a lot of the ball, very comfortable in possession. Callum Britton's probably had more touches than anyone else in a Middlesbrough shot. He is looking to try and go forward. You've got Strelic, you've got Whittaker, you've got players that are trying to stretch the pitch. I just feel like he's got to release that ball. You know, Hellberg did say to him that he'd done well there. I think he wanted Strelic to come to feet or present himself there. So it's just still an understanding. Look forward. It's not all about just keeping the ball in possession. When it's on to play forward. Be aggressive, be positive, be on the front foot.
Yeah, certainly. As Amir has it and does really well to hold off the challenge of Bangura. Wins a free kick taken quickly, and ball back in play here. Almost too quickly for Hull. They almost got themselves in a bit of a tangle, but Ajayi has a bit of space and finds John Egan, who might have to go back to his goalkeeper here. So I don't think the quickly taken free kick helped Middlesbrough on that. Helped Hull on that situation. And the ball knocked forward towards Destin, who's beaten in the air by Alfie Jones. Now a bit of all-in wrestling the other way.
Oh, it's a free kick the other way there.
Well, it's a free kick for Hull, but you feel that was a free kick against Hull.
It was excellent from Conway, wasn't it? He's taken it on the chest, knowing that he's going to come through the back from Amir it was, and he's just tried to just flick it over him there with the chest. He did that, but then he just grabbed him.
He did. Here's Giles going the other way on the other touchline, and he's earned a throw in down by the corner flag. Good strong defence from Callum Britton. Well, you wonder if they got a long throw. Doesn't look like it, does it? They're going to go short again here. Ryan Giles had a spell with the Borough. Borough lead here by a goal to nil. 25 gone.
Djurjevic is not happy at all. Not happy at all.
Well, it's a short throw in, hooked into the area for Joseph, who's got into the area, crosses it in towards Crooks. Oh, he went for the bicycle kick, and he kicked the Middlesbrough defender and knocked the ball, and that'll be a free kick. Good defending again. It's McGree who's in there. He seems to be everywhere at the moment, yeah. Riley McGree.
It's a bad decision though from Crooks to go for the spectacular way. It's just about keeping it alive. Go and put your head on it, just drop it down. You know, Gelhardt's floating around the penalty spot there as well. Just being aware of the players around you.
Yeah, interesting that Hull do welcome back some big attacking threats in Ollie McBurney. 6 goals for him. Liam Miller back after long-term injury. The likes of Mohamed Baloumi as well. And Joe Landala. They've got some really good players on the bench here, Hull. They have brought in well within the restrictions they were placed under. They've done okay. But they trail here by a goal to nil. They started 9th in the table, but knew a win would put them 3rd. But as we mentioned, they don't keep clean sheets by and large, Hull City, so no real surprise. One in their last 9 games they've kept a clean sheet. That was at Norwich where they won 2-0. But it's worth bearing in mind, we heard from Barry Cooper, local journalist, and said they have been poor first half of games, so nothing new here. Ball over the top, Strelic's giving chase. Egan wants his keeper to come on. They've clashed into each other, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick. Fortunately there, I think Panda in the end has run into John Egan, but it's going to be a corner. But they were lucky there because Strelic was waiting, albeit on the right side of the penalty area, Chris. But if he gets that, there's an unguarded goal. Yeah,
and where did it all come from? Callum Britton just putting the ball in behind Strelic, asking the question. I think Pandur and miscommunication between Pandur and Egan there. Pandur's came, Egan's thinking, well, we'll come and get it. There's a coming together, and like you say, on another day, Strelic just gets control, can drive across the 18-yard box and just slot it into an empty goal there. Corner
for Middlesbrough, 27 gone. They lead by a goal to nil here. Ball going to be played to the near post. They've switched off. It was laid back by McGree. It was a planned move that didn't come off, and now the counter on, but Gelhardt didn't quite have the pace, and the ball eased all the way back to Sol Bryn. And maybe if there is a weakness in Joe Gelhardt's game, he's not quite got that electric pace. Oh, that's a foul from
and
Nesta.
It should be a yellow as well.
Well, he's just pulled back Britain. He's literally dragged the shirt off his back, and the referee's blown the whistle and go, yeah, that'll do, free kick.
Down. Oh, unbelievable.
That would have been a free kick even in your day.
Maybe.
1-0, Middlesbrough lead. Mark Wilson with the former Scotland striker Chris Owellamo here at the MKM Stadium. David Strelek's goal. This is a player, of course, that scored in the Champions League qualification and the Europa League this year before he's moved to Middlesbrough. The Giant as well defensively heads the ball away, but Hull at the moment struggling really to get any kind of play going. Ball forward to Destan, wins the header, but again it falls to a white shirt, and Britton and Jones tidy it up. Then it's brought down by Strelek. Ball played forward, but Egan should deal with it. He heads it straight up in the air, and Joseph, a bit of a bump in the back there of Hackney, who went down a little bit too easy. The referee says play on, and it's back to Sol Bryn.
Alfie Jones, by the way, he is outstanding. Everything that he does, every contact, he's so assured, just composed, even when he's under pressure as well. Communicates, just leads by example. Fantastic quality, great talent.
Yeah, was here at Hull. Surprised actually when he left, but he's made the move just up the road to the northeast, up to Borough. And here is Jones now, feeds the ball forward. It's picked up by Whittaker. He feeds it to Strelek. His touch wasn't quite right, but he's going to earn his side of throwing right by the corner flag. If he touches that further to goal, he's in on goal.
So I'll say I think the ball from Whittaker, he had a lot of room for Eric. He can play it in front of Strelek there. He played it right to his feet, so he's already on the go. So he's just trying to drag it or knock it forward into his running path there. So again, it was good play, good awareness as well, but just that final quality in the pass.
Yeah, a good pass there. He wouldn't have needed a touch, would he?
Exactly.
He could have had a shot straight at goal, and Hull survive and come forward here, but they're dispossessed by Hackney. Here's Whittaker back to Hackney. Good challenge from Amir. Ball to Bangura's not the best. He'll have to retreat back and go back to halfway. Middlesbrough lead at the MKM by 1-0. A goal that has them 7 points behind Coventry as we stand, and more importantly, just gives them a bit of breathing space ahead of Millwall, who are in third at the moment. And the ball now with Middlesbrough again. It's they who've been playing the better football. Britton has it. He'll square it into the heart of the midfield. Hackney 30 yards out, swings the ball in towards the far post. Coyle will head it away. Matt Targett will pick it up, and again he's going to go back to Sol Bryn, who's nearer the centre circle than near the edge of his own area.
He's not happy. Jukinovic, he's just telling his defence, get out. They're miles off it at the minute. Middlesbrough's defensive unit can get their head up, get the touches in, bounce it into the likes of Gilbert, Hackney, and just keep possession of the ball, just forcing the back, and then
Jay's caught in possession. There's big trouble here. Strelek in on goal, onto his left foot, pulls his shot across goal. That was a massive chance for Middlesbrough, 2-0. And Jay caught in possession on the edge of his own penalty area, and Strelek really should have hit the target at the very least. Still 1-0.
Yeah, a massive opportunity. I think it was McGree that went and got the ball back there, but Strelek, when he's driving into the 18-yard box, just got the goalkeeper to beat. I don't know why he's taking it onto his left side. I thought just either keep it, just take another touch. Don't allow the defender to get across, and then you've opened up the goal. As soon as he takes it into his left side, I think you either, like you say, you got to hit the target. But is Whittaker on then? Can you play it across?
Well, the Jay's giving it away again on the edge of his own area, and now Strelek trying to race onto it, and Egan's come across, and Egan he's giving it away straight back to Middlesbrough. Into the penalty area they come here. Ball laid to the edge of the area. Shot comes in, and it's in the back of the net, and it's the first start of the season, and it's the first goal for Alex Gilbert. What a move from the manager to bring him back. He lashes it in from 25 yards out, and Middlesbrough double their lead. It's Hull 0, Middlesbrough 2.
Well, it's a wonderful strike from Alex Gilbert. On to it, the way to pass was excellent. He just put the laces through it, found that bottom left hand corner. Pandura had no chance whatsoever, but defensively Hull shocking. Clear your areas, get out, step up. The manager's going mad. Jukinovic is going absolutely mad, saying step up when you clear the area, get yourself up. You're pressing in the wrong areas, giving Middlesbrough far too much time and space, but you can't keep giving the ball away in your own defensive third and think there's not going to be an opportunity at your own goal. It's a wonderful goal. Can't take nothing away from Gilbert there.
But both Ajayi and John Egan have given the ball away, trying to clear their own penalty area.
Shocking. Put your foot through it. You're 1-0 down. Turn the defence with a bit of quality. Step up. But even when they did clear the areas and they did turn the Middlesbrough defence, they just stayed deep.
You pointed out, and we've seen
well,
him.
He's gone mad.
Yeah, he is.
He's gone mad saying step up with aggression. Not seen enough of it.
Not at all. Wow, what a start for Middlesbrough, leading by 2-0, and what a moment for Alex Gilbert. We mentioned he's not been anywhere near. He was told by Rob Edwards start of the year they were looking to get him out on loan because he wasn't near the team at all. Well, Kim Helberg's come in and he's put him in the team and he's rewarded him with a wonderful goal. There might be another one here with Strelec onside. Well, he's gone down theatrically. Egan's pulled him down. That's another one where you've got to say, how on earth is... Hayden Hackney's asking the question, how on earth is that? Oh, it would have been a yellow card, but the flag's gone up for offside to save him. Egan was in big trouble again there.
Yeah, Strelec, I think he knew he just went a little bit too early, but it was a very, very tight one, right in front of the linesman as well.
Alex Gilbert's goal, it's a daisy cutter, isn't it, from the D, right along the ground, and it gives Panda no chance, right in the bottom corner. What a strike.
Yeah, it was a lovely strike as well, just put the laces right through it. It's all about the ball to him as well. Real good quality way to pass.
Now Middlesbrough have won it again, and Middlesbrough are coming forward again. It's 5-on-3. Ball here to Whittaker, edge of the area, onto his left foot. He's going for goal and he finds the bottom corner. Borough put it on a masterclass. It's a wonderful finish from Whittaker, edge of the area, onto his left foot, and he passes it in, curls it round the keeper. It's Hull 0, Middlesbrough 3.
It's a wonderful goal from start to finish, and who won it in the middle of the pitch again? Gilbert. Little toe poke, driving forward, way to pass to. Whittaker was outstanding. I thought he was going to take it on to his right and then put in. He just turned in. A lot of bodies in there as well, but he has the composure. He's got the confidence just to find that left hand side netting all the way. Fantastic finish. Goalkeeper has no chance as well. Sees it late through bodies. It's a wonderful finish from Morgan Whittaker.
Brilliant goal, brilliant strike. You can see the intent, and the whole fans around us, though some of them already going for their half-time brew, or they might even be going home, I'm not sure. 3-0. What is interesting, earlier we heard from local journalist Barry Cooper said at Norwich they could have been 4-0 down at half-time, they were that bad. Well, they might be 4-0 down here at home to Middlesbrough if they carry on like this.
Yeah, they can't. I thought after the first goal they tried to get a little bit more of a foothold in the game. They got themselves into good areas, but that final pass let them down. But it all comes with the defensive line for me. The deeper that is, the harder it is for the midfield and attack to go and put the pressure on. You're basically conceding possession and allowing a very good footballing side to control the tempo of the game. You cannot do it. Go get in the faces, man for man.
Well, here's Gelhardt at the other end. He's going to pull it back. Chance for Kyle Joseph, who didn't really get an effort on goal. It was more a flick towards the goal, and Brint, he wasn't even going in, collects it safely, but a chance for Hull. Well, we said there'd be goals tonight, Chris, but I didn't expect all of them in one net in the first half.
Oh, definitely not. I've got to say, fantastic defensive play from Matt Targett there as well. Seen the danger, made sure that he had to make the contact as well. Goes to ground.
3-0. What a dream opening 36 minutes here. And we saw Coventry beat Middlesbrough last week, 4-2. It was a really open attacking game. Borough came from 2-0 down to get it to 2-2, but they missed that great chance to go in front and they were made to pay. Well, tonight it's they who are handing out the lessons. They lead courtesy of goals from David Strelec in 10 minutes. Then Alex Gilbert's wonderful low shot before Morgan Whittaker's curling left foot effort from the edge of the area made it 3. There's been some really nice goals, but there's been some really poor defending from Hull City, who have got a mountain to climb here. Live on TalkSport 2 at the MKM. As Hull come forward, you get the feeling they need something before the break, but truth be told, as Bangura eases it back to Solbrin, that's probably the toughest thing he's had to deal with tonight, the back pass, and he does that confidently and gets it forward towards halfway. Joseph's touch was a poor one, and you can sense the frustration. They're just getting the basics wrong at the moment, Hull.
Yeah, they are. No, I think it's so important when the game's like this that you have to get those little short passes in. You've got to get that confidence, you've got to get touches of the ball. For one, you have to kind of allow your team to get up the pitch as well, give that defence a little bit of respite, because at the minute, because of Strelec, because of Conway, McGree, that they're having to deal with so much, they're not allowing it. But you got to gamble. You got to say, let's step up, let's play a high line, and it allows us to put more pressure higher up the pitch as well. But at the minute, look at this, look at Ajay, look at Egan, look at the distances between both. That is wrong. It should not happen.
You've got to be honest, Chris. Every time the ball goes over halfway towards the whole goal, you think Middlesbrough are going to score.
Yeah,
they are so open.
Yeah, it's just down to the movement. Even this one, it's a blind pass from Gilbert in behind John Egan. And look, pick up second balls, McGree. That's not a free kick. Strelic puts a little bit of pressure on John Egan there. I've got to say the refs up with play, but it's a soft one.
It is. We shouldn't be surprised that Alex Gilbert scored here. He scored here on New Year's Day in that 1-0 win, start of the year. Then had a loan spell at Charlton. And coming towards another new year, he's back in the Borough side and he's back scoring goals here at the MKM Stadium. 3-0. If you just switched on to TalkSport 2, he had a delayed kickoff, 8:15 start, so we're still got about 6 minutes or so to play in this first half. But I think for Hull, the half-time whistle can't come soon enough.
And we know this man, he makes changes, he's ruthless, and I think the game definitely needs that, because at the minute Hull are second best all over the pitch.
They are. Ball back to Pandur, who, in fairness to him, hasn't really had a chance with any of the goals. Pandur has it, gets it away to Egan. Ball played forward. Here's Regan Slater, back to his goalkeeper. Tough times for Hull. They will get the ball away over on the far side. Ajay, who's not had a good first half, gets the ball back from Destan. Now he works it to Slater, closed down by Whittaker. Borough looking to defend from the front. Ball across field is given away, and here's Whittaker on halfway. He gets it, and now the ball with the Middlesbrough number 11, who's got his goal again. But then the pass out of play, and it is going to be a Hull City throw. There's a bit of confusion as to over whose ball that should have been there, but it is going to be a Hull ball. How do they get back into this, Chris?
Yeah, well, they have to be, I think, a little bit more there. It's not about playing pretty football now. It's not about playing backwards either. I don't understand that. You know, I think John Egan can definitely turn that Callum Britton there. You've got Kyle Joseph, you've got Willen Runners, Destan, you know what I mean? Gelhardt needs that little bit more quality, probably into feet, but he will run in behind as well. At the minute, I don't see it. Defensively, Alfie Jones, Matt Targett are comfortable. Callum Britton, you've already said, Bangura, when he came back and passed it back to the keeper, he had to kind of open up a little bit. That's the hardest thing he's had to deal with this evening.
Yeah. Morgan Whittaker, 4-4 for him. What a run he is on. It was such a calm finish, wasn't it? He wanted it on his left foot, and that's exactly why. But
he took it into all the bodies, but he still had the composure and the quality just to guide it into that left-hand side. It was an outstanding finish.
It was. 4-4 for him, 6 for the season. And Borough leading by 3 and on the way to 3 big points on their travels. Only won at Sheffield Wednesday so far this year, so on their travels. Here's Crooks, the former Borough man. Has it level with the edge of the box. Ball nicked away from him. Conway's done well. Breaks on here. Whittaker picks it up. Drives to the centre circle. Looks for Strelic, who's up against Egan. Riley McGree's made a good run forward, but Strelic couldn't find him. And that was another chance on the break. Egan, in fairness, has done well there.
Yeah, I think Egan's done very well, but if you look at the body language, Conway, Strelic has to just give him it. He has to just give him it there.
He had a bit of space to play it into as well, didn't he? It wasn't a finessed pass, it just was a simple roll off, and he would have been in. Ajay will clear his lines up towards halfway. Destan wins the challenge, but the ball rolls out of play harmlessly. They just can't link up. It's like there's no recognition between the forward players at the moment.
It's like individuals, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like not team. There's no team play, there's no understanding, there's no relationships being built there, which is surprising. You know, obviously there is injuries, you know, there is players have been chopped and changed, but still they train together, they know the qualities of each other as well, and that's what I don't understand. At the minute, but Destan's going, there's not right to go here. Matt Crooks is running across, there's no urgency, there's no one near. Gilbert, Hayden Hackney should not be getting that time and space, but look at the defensive line. I guess they are staying a little bit deeper as well, for the fact that Conway and Strelic are staying as high as they can always, but still, step up, leave them offside. allows that midfield to go and press, it allows the attackers to go and press.
Here's Britton again, finds Whittaker, who finds Strelec. Strelec's touch takes him inside, but Slater will get back. Ball ricochets inside the Hull half, but Coyle was there to sweep up the danger, and Hull survive here. Couple to go to half time. You're live on TalkSport 2. Mark Wilson, Chris Owellamo here at the ground, and Hugh Wozencroft, nice. He'll probably have the central heating turned up high in the studio. He'll be there with his t-shirt on, not braving the elements. He'll be back with you on Sunday, Hugh, as well. He's in charge of Game Day Live on Sunday. All the goals as they go in from around the Premier League and the FA Cup as well. We've got Boreham Wood against Newport live on TalkSport 2 at the weekend. Ball now here with Borough forward, they come again. Chance for Bangura, pulls it back. At miscue from McGree, and then he fires it in. It is 4-0. Riley McGree didn't get it at the first attempt, but he fires it in, and it goes into the roof of the net, and the boos ring round the MKM. They might be heading for the exits now, because with a little over 90 seconds to go in the first half, it's Hull 0, Middlesbrough 4.
Yeah, it's just, they want it more, keeping it alive. And I thought it came off Morgan Whittaker as well, by the way. Just before Ryan McGree's took it, Morgan Whittaker's stuck his foot there. I don't know if he's got the final contact, but he's ran away. He celebrated with McGree in the corner. But fantastic play, just wanted it more. Winning every second ball, forcing the issue. And at the minute, you know, there's got to be a change. You'd make a change now, wouldn't you?
Well, I'm on you make the point he makes changes. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes 3, 4, maybe 5 at half time.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
This is not on. This is not on. He's got, look around this stadium now. It's half empty behind that Middlesbrough section. 4-0. They cannot believe it. It has been ruthless, but it has been far too easy for Middlesbrough tonight.
And the most surprising thing is, after what is an outstanding, I mean, amazing 3 points away at Stoke City that are flying, you want to come here and try and be consistent. You show me the goal. Did he get a little contact? Did he? I think Morgan Whittaker's.
Well, he'll probably get another look at it.
A little angle at that. You know, he's been very nice there. I'd be running another corner. Here, I've got the last touch. Well, 7 for the season.
Yeah, ball played forward.
Hopefully getting a look at that. But like you say, McGree's been everywhere, hasn't he? Finding little pockets, picking up second balls, stretching the pitch when he has to. And he's been an absolute nightmare to try and contend with.
What I would say is we've got 2 added on minutes into the fight. It certainly took a touch off someone because it went into the roof of the net, didn't it?
Yeah, but I'm sure it was maybe off Pandura, because he's actually went to ground and tried to save it with his feet.
It's come off the keeper.
Keeper.
It's come off the keeper. Even you wouldn't have claimed that one.
Oh, I would have. Just pushing past my knee, I'd have been over another corner, arm up in the air, 100%.
4-0. We expected goals, but not like this. And Hull have been indifferent of late. Yes, they concede goals, but they've been scoring plenty. Truth be told, they've not had a meaningful effort on goal here at the MKM tonight. And this has been an absolute demolition job from Middlesbrough. Strelec, Gilbert, Whittaker and McGree. Well, we were 15 minutes late kicking off. Without being disrespectful to Hull, Chris, they've been an hour late kicking off.
yeah, fair point. Yeah, there has to. It can only get better second half. You know, I think it's been really, really poor with and without the ball.
Yeah. Just to emphasise that point we make about Hull's attack of lacking threat, their XG is 0.
Yeah.
0.
No surprise.
4-0. What a start. What a night for Middlesbrough.
But they've allowed Middlesbrough to control the game. This is where Middlesbrough's defensive unit, right on the halfway line, have been most of the game. So what do you do, Mark? If I'm a Hull full-back or defensive player, I'm turning them with quality. I'm saying to my attacking players, you've got to look in behind, don't come to feet. Allow us to step up, allow us to win second balls in the right areas of the pitch and then try and play from there. But at the minute, they've been nowhere near. Again, look at that. How easy is that? Yeah, it's played forward here by Jones. He finds Britton 25 yards out from goal. Whittaker with a give and go. Giles tried to clear it, comes off Britton and behind. And that is half time. And listen to that. That is an emphatic reaction from the Hull City fans. David Strelec put Middlesbrough in front 10 minutes in after he was quickest to react. Hooked the ball into the roof of the net to give Borough a deserved 1-0 lead. And then a great moment, Alex Gilbert being left out of the team all year,
got a pass 25 yards out and he hit a daisy cutter right in the bottom corner. 33 in to make it Borough 2-0, and within 2 minutes they were 3-0 in front. Morgan Whittaker, 4th goal in 4 games for him, on his left foot. Time, passed it, caressed it into the far corner to make it 3. And just before the break, after another break down the left hand side, Bangura pulled it back. Riley McGrath had so much time, he miskicked at first and still had time to put it into the back of the net past Ivor Panda. I'll be very interested how many Hull fans are in here for the second half, because they have been demolished in the first half. What a 45 minutes for Kim Hellberg's side. Borough on fire in the rain and the wind. Hull City 0, Middlesbrough 4. Cheers, Hugh. Yes, team's out. We've just literally kicked off for the second half here, and a couple of changes. Surprised, if I'm brutally honest, it's only 2 from Sergei Yakirovic, but he's brought on Mo Balumi and Charlie Hughes. Hadzimedovic and Kyle Joseph are the 2 players that have made way. We'll run you through the 2 teams in a moment, as Hull have picked up the ball on halfway, and there could be a chance here. Mo Balumi is heading forward, but he loses it midway inside the visitors' half, and the ball is played forward. Chris Sowelamo, I'm surprised, if I'm brutally honest, that he has only made 2 changes, because you would have forgiven him for making all 5.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's one of them. It's I'm looking at it now. So he's went 3 at the back then, eh?
That's what I think.
And then
yeah.
we wing backs as well. So just trying to get a little bit, I think, match them up. Try and get a little that extra man in the middle of the pitch as well. Just try and get more control of the game. Charlie Hughes, I think he's been poor as of late and taking out the team. But like you say, he is a leader as well. But no, I'm surprised. I'm just as surprised as you. I thought there would have been more change. You're looking at the likes of obviously Ollie McBurney, Miller back on the bench. So maybe not quite 100%, but it's an opportunity to give them some good minutes in the legs, and they both have the attributes that can make a positive influence in this game. Yeah,
delay here because I think Tommy Conway's gone down with an injury inside the opening few seconds here. So Panda in goal. It's going to be a back 3 then. Egan, Hughes and Ajayi. Then it's going to be Giles, Slater, Crooks and Coyle across the middle, with Balumi, Destin and Gelhart, the front 3. For Middlesbrough, they're unchanged, unsurprisingly. Solbrin in goal, Britton Jones, Target and Bangura at the back, McGree and Hackney alongside Gilbert, Strelec and Whittaker, and Tommy Conway leading line. He's more a 4-4-2 in fairness for Borough, with Conway and Strelec pushing up with Whittaker on the left. Gilbert's played really well, gets his first goal in his first appearance of the season. We are back underway, the rain still lashing down. It's a bitter old night, and it is not quite anywhere near as full as it was at kick-off. Certainly the home fans, I think a few of them have had enough and called it a day at half-time here. 4-0 Middlesbrough lead. Remember, Strelec, Gilbert, Whittaker and McGree were the goals. And I'd love to know what was said in that whole dressing room at half-time, because you cannot imagine. I mean, he is a big, imposing man, isn't he? Sergei Yakirovic, he's not going to have been happy with that.
No, not at all, but I'm sure the players themselves will know that they'll be nowhere near. And there's a few leaders in that dressing room, albeit we're not really seeing it out here on the pitch, so that'll be disappointing.
It will indeed. Ball out for a throw-in, so Hull in their black and gold strip are going from left to right. Panda all in his luminous green kit, waits away to the left, the wind and rain lashing in his face. Borough in their changed black and white strip, going from right to left, and their goalkeeper not had a save to make. Solbrin, his kit, despite the filthy night and mud on the pitch, is perfectly clean because he's not had anything to do. Ball with Coyle down this right hand side. Look, if they could get one back, Hull, you never know, but Middlesbrough are coming forward now. They're looking for another goal. There could have been a couple of fouls. Referees wave play on as both Hackney and Strelec were dumped to the ground by Hull, and now Middlesbrough will revert back inside their own half. And here is Hayden Hackney, gives it away to Gilbert, who's under pressure but keeps it, finds Target. And he's given the ball away. He tried to feed it out wide. Balumi now will cut forward, goes past one into the edge of the penalty area, turns away from Bangura, but he can't find a teammate there, Balumi. And the ball will come back to Balumi on this right hand side. He's going to get another chance. Crooks went on the overlap, feeds it to Crooks, who looked offside, and he was offside. Balumi just held on to it far too long there.
Yeah, he should have just released it just a little bit earlier, but he's come on, he's made an impact. winning second balls, being direct with the ball, just end product. A little bit of magic, cut inside, make sure there's deliveries into the box as well. You don't have to beat your man every single time.
No, free kick for Solbryn. All in blue, we'll take it now. So as it stands, Middlesbrough closing the gap at the top to Coventry to 7 points. Hull will miss out and have to look at all the other teams in front of them, potentially gaining ground on them tomorrow. The ball is not long. Spread out of play by Solbryn. He won't be too happy with that effort. And Coyle will wait for the ball to come back onto the field. Borough Wrexham at home midweek, then they go to Millwall, who are third, West Brom at home, then Sheffield Wednesday, and they meet Borough again on the 29th of December. It's Charlton away from Middlesbrough, then Queen's Park Rangers at home, Bristol City away, Blackburn at home, and then Hull at home. And then we got the madness of the transfer window. Gelhardt feeds it wide on the Hull left-hand side. Giles, can he get a cross in? No, he can't. Blocked by the first man. It'll fall to Gelhardt, 30 yards out from goal. He's 7 in 9, but he's not even had a sniff of the goal so far.
Well, Mark, I was just going to say, Ryan Giles, you know, I forgot he was even playing.
Well, that's a better ball in from Coyle. It goes to the far post. It's headed away. That looked like a handball from Strelec. Referee happy to wave play on. And then Nutmeg's pass. And here come Borough again. Here now is Riley McGree. He'll just roll it out to Bangura. Bangura gets it forward. He, of course, will get an assist for that goal for Riley McGree. Now the ball into Destan. Goes without it. Crooks thunders in. Makes the challenge, but it breaks now for Gilbert. He finds Strelec. He loses out. Ball breaks to Whittaker. And he too loses out. And the ball now is back with Hull, who are roared on. The fans that are still here trying to cheer their team on.
Yeah, what I will say, you know, Conway, Strelec, Whittaker on the ball, there's more urgency. Not getting that time to, they're getting challenged. It's a little bit of chaos there as well. But I expected that after conceding 1 goal, not 4.
Yeah. My question always to that would be, if I was a Hull fan, why is it taking 45-50 minutes for us to start biting into tackles?
Spot on.
You know, it's easy to play when you're 4-0 down, isn't it? How about doing it when it's 0-0 and the game's on the line? But frustration for everyone. I'm sure the Hull players have underperformed. They don't need us to tell them that.
Yeah, when you've got players like Ryan Giles, Louis Coyle, the energy that they can bring up and down, end product as well. I've not seen them say, you know what, let's pull the sleeves up and go at them. Let's try and turn them. Let's go with aggression, with the quality and the energy that both have. But I've not seen it. They've been pegged back.
Yeah, look, I've seen Hull play a few times this year. Whenever I've seen them play, very much a front foot team. They get at you, they get about you, they make life hard for you. They've not done that tonight, and that's the disappointing. You can accept losing. Middlesbrough have played really well, but they've been allowed to play really well.
But is it because Middlesbrough second in the league, coming here, a bit of form, possession-based side as well, that you maybe focus too much on opposition rather than say, look, these are our strengths. This is what gets us into game. This is what has put the points on the board for us.
Yeah, maybe. Ball played forward, it is still 4-0. Header won by Hull on halfway. Is that a foul? No. Hackney went to ground a little bit too easy, says the referee. And we will play on here. 7 gone. Remember, tomorrow, triple header of live action from the Premier League and from the EFL as well. Your home of the EFL. Villa Arsenal, live and exclusive on TalkSport from 12:30. Faye Carruthers, Sam Matterface and Stuart Pearce there. We'll be live. TalkSport 2, Derby, Leicester, Natalie Sawyer, Joe Shannon and Matt Murray, the former Wolves goalkeeper. All the goals as they go in with Adrian from 2:30 on TalkSport and 3 o'clock. TalkSport 2 exclusive. Ipswich Coventry, massive game. Another one in the Championship promotion race. Natalie will be alongside Dance and Perry Groves for that one. And Dance will be down at the darts with us Thursday onwards. Here goes Regan Slater driving forward, dispossessed right on the edge of the 18-yard box. The darts starts Thursday, and you'll hear it all live on the TalkSport network, on the app. Make sure you've got that downloaded on the TalkSport Darts YouTube channel as well. Remember to like and subscribe to that. Ball whipped in by Coyle. Well, they've not created anything out. Oh, that's just such a silly foul from Destan. And again, I'll ask you, why is that not a booking? He's just pulled Aidan Hackney down as he's running away from him.
Well, I will say about Dean Whitestone, the referee, has been consistent. It's 3 yellow cards he had an opportunity to bring out for very, very similar challenges, but he hasn't. But again, this time I'm just not too sure. Every time I've watched him, he's not really stood out for me. You know, one good quality attribute should stand out. He does this very well. I don't quite see it.
Here's Whittaker going the other way, plays the ball in. He was looking there to get Strelec away. Conway throws his arms up in the air. He wanted an early cross, he didn't get one. Ball cut out over on the far side, and Britton there just laying down a bit of a marker for his teammates, saying come on, don't let things slip here. 4 goals to the good, cruising to victory, but don't ease off on the standards, don't stop working hard. Out for a throw in far side to Hull.
And the scary thing is, Mark, when you look at the bench of Middlesbrough, the players that they've got that can just come on and...
Yeah. If they want to change it up, they've given away a free kick here. You mentioned the bench, the likes of Delano Bergsorgs, Fernipan, Kelly Sen, Sontje Hansen. They will be pleased they've got George Edmondson back on the bench, central defender. They've got a raft of injuries in that part of the field, and they are desperate for some bodies back. They're taught they may get a couple back at the midweek game against Charlton when they go down to the Valley. They've got a chance here, Hull, to try and get one back. They're going to take the free kick. It's about 35 yards out, level with the left-hand side of the penalty area. Ball going to be whipped in towards a penalty spot. It's Hughes who gets a touch on it. It's poked goal barn by Egan, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. We'll write it down. 56 minutes. The cheer goes round because Hull finally have had a shot at goal.
Yeah, he has to do better. He's 7-8 yards from goal there. He's got a clear sight, and he's just not made the right connection as well. He's tried to just kind of punch it past Sol Bryn there, straight at him. Comfortable for the Middlesbrough goalkeeper.
Yeah, but Hull have been better, but how often do we see this? A team leads 4-0 at the break, don't necessarily do a great deal second half. Look, they're 4-0 up, they don't need to go and win the game again, but Bangura concedes another corner. Hull are starting to get a little bit of a head of steam here, but how hard is it, Chris, as a player, when you're so far in front of half-time? You know the game, barring the miracles in the back.
Yeah, but you look at the experience that we've got out there as well. You know, the managers would have said some words like don't slack. Understandably, you are going to get a reaction from Hull. They've just had a rollicking. They're going to come out, they're going to be a little bit, but you weather the storm 5-10 minutes and then you say, you know what, let's just do what we're doing first half.
Well, here is a corner, an in-swinger down the Hull right-hand side. He's whipped into the near post. It skims off a Borough head. Hackney should get to the edge of his own area. He does. Ball breaks, though, back for Hull. Chance now to whip the cross in. It's a deep ball to the far post. Great ball in. Ball on the 6-yard box. Here's Gelhardt. Tried to turn. He was at a narrow angle. He couldn't get the shot away. And it goes out for a throw-in, but that was a better ball in.
Yeah, well, that's Giles. That's what he brings. That quality. Every time, you don't even have to get into that attacking third. It was a cross from deep as well, but right on the money.
Poor touch from Slater, he's lost it, and the break on momentarily. Can Conway get forward? He goes to ground, and finally Dean Whitestone will bring out the yellow, and Regan Slater just looks and goes, yeah, no complaints. But Conway gets the pass away there. Borough were racing in on goal again.
Well, I don't know why Tommy Conway hasn't just played it forward first time as well, and then just run across the path of Regan Slater as well. You know, they've got the numerical advantage here as well. Just got to move the ball a little bit quicker.
All just the Borough side of halfway. They lead 4-0. Strelec, Gilbert, Whittaker and McGree were the goals for Middlesbrough in what was a sensational first 45 minutes for Kim Hellberg's team. Barely put a foot wrong. Target lays it back, and here now is Sol Bryn, just waiting for things to open up in front of him, and then knocks it long. Conway will give chase. Ajaya lets it bounce, wins the header. It wasn't the best, and Hughes has got him out of trouble there, but Hughes passes straight to a white shirt, and here come Borough again. Ball flipped round the corner. Strelec gets it back, feeds it to Conway. 18-yard box, can't get it down. Feeds it back to McGree, back to Conway, back to McGree. Too much room there. Crooks takes it off him. Ball to Hackney. Hackney's got Bangura with him. He'll feed it to Bangura now. Bangura drives it in. Good block from Hull. And Hull now will look to counter, but Middlesbrough almost had too many players in the penalty area there, and a good challenge from Target on halfway, and the ball out for a throw-in.
Yeah, just everything about the play there. Tommy Conway, it just wouldn't fall for him. It was always on the back foot for him to try and get that shot away from distance. Good little bit of link-up play. Hayden Hackney and Bangura linking up well, but Louis Coyle with a fantastic block. But again, just the quality from Hull. It was Balumi. Just has to be a little bit better.
It does. Ball played out wide on this far side as Hull attack away to our right. Giles going forward, whips in a good ball. Slater let it run. Destan was too far past the far post, couldn't get it. And here now is Strelec. I'll tell you what I will give credit for. There's a lot of players wearing short sleeves tonight. It's a foul old night, isn't it? But there's a lot of short sleeves on display tonight. Fair play. Thought those days were over. Would you have had short sleeves on tonight, Chris?
You don't even have to ask.
Well, I do, because I'm looking at you've got about 7 layers on it. It could be a chance here for Hull. Is that going to be a penalty? It is. A back pass was a poor one, and Gelhardt nicks in, and Gelhardt brought down by Sol Bryn. Well, Middlesbrough, we mentioned it, Chris, they've been switching off, and they have switched off, and Joe Gelhardt has won a penalty, and it looks like he's going to be the one to take it.
Yeah, he was there. It was a funny one, wasn't it? You know, I think Sol Bryn was never going to get there. Gelhardt just had it in his mind, make the contact, get there first, and then it's Sol Bryn was already committed to it. But like you say, it's been a better reaction, but you've called it, Mark. You know, I think Middlesbrough have allowed Hull to get back into the game, just as in have a little bit more of a foothold, not moving the ball quick enough. And it'll be frustrating as well because it was near perfect, the performance in the first half.
Joe Gelhardt, 7 in 9. Sol Bryn in front of him. Gelhardt left-footed, short run-up. Little stutter step, and he sends it down the middle. Bryn almost kept it out, but not quite. Is it a lifeline or is it false hope for Hull? Gelhardt, 8 in 10 for him. His season continues at a pace. Hull have got one back. It's Hull 1, Middlesbrough 4.
Well, go out and win the second half. That's exactly the information that they would have got from their manager. See where it takes you. Get the next goal. It's going to be very, very interesting, but that would be the goal that just kind of gets this Middlesbrough side back into action at the minute. They've showed little moments of quality, but just in that final third, it's just kind of got a little bit scrappy. Wasn't
the greatest penalty, but it went in the back of the net. And now Hull are looking to come forward again. Good challenge in the centre circle from Gilbert, wins it back. Semi Ajayi's gone down.
Look at this.
And all of a sudden Hull are ratting around in midfield. They're looking to try and win challenges. Ball brought away by Riley McGree. Ajayi, who's got a bit of an injury, to be fair, has got off the floor and won it back. Well played to him. Ball played forward here. The Stan again can't control it. 62 on the clock. Gelhardt's penalty, the faintest of hope for Hull.
But it's been better, like you say. Well, it's not been great quality, but just you having that energy, ratting around, putting challenges in, not allowing. Look at how Middlesbrough are having to move the ball much quicker. In the first half, it was at their own pace, wasn't it?
It was. Good ball there. Here comes Crooks over halfway. He gets it away. Gelhardt waits in the middle. Balumi on the right. If Hull can get another goal here, it's game back on.
Oh, no.
Cross was a poor one.
I think it was a shot, Mark.
Yeah, well, if it was a shot, it was a poor one as well. Ball played forward for Whittaker. It's 2-on-2 at the back, and Egan across will hammer it out for a throw-in. 27 left on TalkSport 2. I mean, there was nothing on for Hull. It was an awful back pass, wasn't it? And Gelhardt, quickest to react. Fair play to him.
Well, you've got to gamble, like you say, as a good player, thinking where's the outlet, where can he go from there? He was just half and half, wasn't he? And he's gambled, risk and reward. He's got there in the end.
Certainly has. Here's Whittaker, 4 in 4 for him. What a run he's been on. All not long. And Hughes will watch it, but Conway's coming to pick his pocket and almost did there. That was a great run, a really unselfish run from Tommy Conway. Didn't quite get the ball, but he put Hughes under a lot of pressure.
Well, Charlie Hughes is having a go at Pandur here, but you're not playing school football. You're not going to get that time. The ball bounced 3 times.
Is he maybe asking why he didn't get a shout? Maybe he didn't know he was there.
You should know. he knows who he's up against. Tommy Conway will chase everything, Mark. You know you're not going to get that time, so you have to get on the ball and make a decision a lot quicker than what he did.
Here's Crooks, starting to enjoy a little bit more of the ball in a go-forward position. Looks to turn it, gets it away here to Coyle. Puts in a lovely ball to the far post. Gelhardt arriving, but the header comes off the defender and behind. I thought Gelhardt had the last touch. I thought it came off the defender and then ricocheted off Gelhardt's head.
You've seen what I seen, Mark, and I think the referee's seen it as well. He's just been sucked into making that decision, and the fans are doing their bit at the minute because it was clear as day. It was clear as day. Gelhardt got the last touch there.
Well, fair play to those fans that are still here. They're making plenty of noise here at the MKM. If Hull did get a second now, then it is going to be an interesting start to the footballing weekend here on TalkSport 2. Hull 1, Middlesbrough 4. Corner for Hull. Whipped in towards Hughes. Heads it down and wide at the far post. Needed someone lurking in the 6-yard box to turn it in. There was nobody there in a gold shirt, and now we get another change. And Destan is making way, and Liam Miller, another player, only had a handful of games this year, got that ACL injury last year, but he's a real attacking threat, isn't he? And he's going to add some pace and some trickery. And Destan, well, it's not been his greatest night, fair to say that.
Yeah, definitely. I think Liam Miller, I like him. Very direct, tricky player as well. It's all about end product as well. He'll try and get himself in those scenarios, 1v1, get at his opposition. But he has the composure, he has the quality to kind of pick players out, that final pass.
Yeah, certainly does. And the ball down the right end of the ground as we look down. Solbren has seen more of it in the second half than he did in the entire first half. He was beaten. Gelhardt's penalty was low down the middle. He just tried to flick a boot at it, didn't he, to keep it out, but he couldn't. And now a chance at the other end for Middlesbrough. McGree finds Hackney. Another goal would wrap it up, but the ball to Strellick was overhit, and Panda races off his line to collect it. 4-1. Oh, good interception on the far side there. Well read, and driving into the box come Borough. Driven across goal, it's parried away. Falls edge of the box, and the shot hooked just wide. Hackney's effort took a deflection round about the penalty spot area, and it just goes from a Hull point of view, the right side of the post and behind for a corner.
Well, just everything about it. Callum Britton, that energy. You know, I think in Strellick pulling back, Tommy Conway breaking his neck to go across the first contact. Good defensive challenge as well, I think it was from a J. And like you say, Hayden Hackney breaking his neck to make sure that he's picking up seconds. Good technique as well. And if it doesn't take that deflection, that's nestling in that bottom left-hand corner, or top left-hand corner of Pandur's goal.
Here's Whittaker with a corner. Borough looking to get a goal to really kill off any hopes. The faintest of faint hopes. Bangura on halfway will roll it forward. Borough wait on the edge of the 18-yard box. Cross is it about to be delivered? No, because Hull have got back and won it on the edge of their own area. Balumi wins a free kick. They've just been at it a bit more, Hull. Yeah. I know Borough have eased off a bit, but Hull, this is what I expected from Hull in the first 45 minutes.
No, straight from the start. Go and be aggressive.
Double change coming here. We mentioned that George Edmondson is fit again and on the bench, and he's going to get a run out here with a quarter of this game remaining. But first of all, it will be Sammy Silvera who will replace Bangura, who is continued from his comeback, has lasted 67 minutes. Another good game from him, providing an assist as well. So Edmondson is on. And is that Tommy Conway that's getting a breather? Not got a goal tonight, Conway, but he's run himself into the ground. He's worked hard for his side, and he's done what his manager's asked him to do. Yeah,
and I think he's took a few little things that might be managing a knock as well, but he'll be disappointed. He's not really had that clear-cut opportunity.
So Bangura and Conway make way. Target into left back again. Balumi wins it down in that area. Will get it back. A couple of passes popped off. Here's Crooks. Gets it away to Coyle. Goes back to Semi Ajayi. He'll come back the near side. Gets it away to Crooks on the right touchline. Fires it into Balumi. Balumi tried to go past one, but he just went without. It's just not quite falling for him at the moment, Mohamed Balumi. Ajayi's challenge is a weak one, and it's eased off by Whittaker. Strellick did well to stay on side, but then Whittaker couldn't find him. As Panda's clearance was a bit of a weak one, it just will come to ground half war. Now Coyle's just lashed out there at Silvera, and Silvera's first action is to get fouled and a free kick for Middlesbrough midway between the edge of the whole box and the halfway line.
Again, it's just not a bad player to be able to bring on Silvera. You know, the energy, such a technical player as well, but it's all about end product, it's all about deliveries. Gets himself into some really good positions as well, so yeah, fantastic ability.
Yeah, certainly is. There's a free kick here and an opportunity for Middlesbrough. Not need to chase a goal, of course. They scored 4 in that first half, unanswered. But they're going to get them within 7 points of Coventry. We'll hear them tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock. They go to Ipswich. Big game in the Championship. You'll hear it live on TalkSport 2 tomorrow. As you will, Derby against Leicester. Ball played now here and a chance for, lovely skill from Bellumi this time, but was just out-muscled by Hackney in the end, who chased back the Borough captain and pokes it out for a throw-in. 4-1 if you just joined us, 20 minutes remaining. If you're wondering why we're so long to go, we were 15 minutes late kicking off, just due to the weather in the area here. I think it's caused a lot of traffic problems up in the city of Hull. As here goes Hackney, loses out, ball breaks now, could be a chance for Crooks. Looks up, he's got Bellumi over on the far side. In fact, it's Miller over on that far side. He'll cut in, looks to deliver the cross. It's behind Gelhardt, and it goes aimlessly behind for a goal kick.
So I think with Miller, when you've got Ryan Giles breaking his neck, I think that's the harder option, is the one that he took on. Just a little reverse pass into Giles there, and then get yourself in the box for the cross itself. I know Gelhardt was on, but you know there was no room for error in the cross. Yeah,
ball played in the midfield. McGree's giving it away now. They're all giving it away in the heart. They didn't misplace a pass in the first half. Now they can't find each other. That time Miller did try and find Giles, but the ball was just under hit a fraction. And now it's out for a throw into Middlesbrough, midway inside their own half. They lead by 4-1. You're live on TalkSport 2, your home of the EFL. The dart is back Thursday night, live from Alexandra Palace. Every single dart. Will Littler go back-to-back and become the first player to win a cool £1 million as darts champion of the world? Will Luke Humphries win it again, or will we get a different winner? We'll find out all the way through until the final on the 3rd of January. It's all live across the TalkSport network. Ball here with Gilbert. I'll tell you what, you wouldn't know that Alex Gilbert hadn't played all season, would you, the way he has played tonight? And here could be a chance for Borough to wrap it up, driving into the edge of the area. Strelec had support with him, then he played the pass to McGree and it wasn't quite on. But just going back to Gilbert, he's done well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done very well. You know, I think looks very, very sharp. I think his decision on the ball has been very good, albeit he's just went to ground a little bit too early.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of breaking news from the Championship as well. We'll bring you that in a moment as Coyle will bring it forward. Here's Crooks, looking to get another one. 18 remaining, live on TalkSport 2. Mark Wilson, Chris Owellamo and Hugh Wozencroft. He'll be back with you on Sunday. He'll be hosting the Game Day Live on Sunday. All the Premier League and FA Cup action as well. As Miller falls to the ground, no free kick there. Gilbert plays it forward. Borough just starting to find a little bit of room now. Here's McGree, centre circle, gets it back, finds Hackney, back to McGree, flicks it away, and now they have it at the back. Just to confirm that breaking news then, Southampton Football Club has confirmed that Tonda Eckhart has agreed to become the men's first team head coach on a permanent basis. Chris, your initial thoughts on that? I don't think any surprise, because the results have turned around emphatically, haven't they?
Yeah, I think he's done very, very well. Got a fantastic reaction out of that group of players. Got them playing some really good football as well, scoring lots of goals. Obviously experienced defeat, but it's a big game. I expect a big reaction. Birmingham coming to town. Yeah, well, they've won
4 of 5 under Eckhart since he took over on an interim basis early November. Ball now with Miller. Hull on the attack. He finds Giles. Giles drives it into the 6-yard box. It's cleared away. Gilbert it was who got it away, and Whittaker will sweep up the danger over on the far side. Yeah, as you're right, Southampton, Birmingham tomorrow. We'll have updates to that one. All part of Game Day Live with Adrian Durham tomorrow afternoon. 2:30, the team will be underway on Talk Sport as soon as we're done with that wonderful game from the Premier League. Villa against Arsenal. Right, changes coming, more of them for Hull. And we are about to see... Well, Joe Gelhardt is going off here. And he's going to be replaced by Darko Giabi and also David Akintola coming on as well, and he'll replace Regan Slater. So Gelhardt has got his goal and he's worked for the night. He's done.
Yeah, it's been a difficult night for him. He'll be, yeah, he's got a goal, you know what I mean, but like you say, that won't mean anything if the result stays the same. It's been poor, better in the second half, definitely gave a better account of themselves.
Yeah, they did. Well, they got the goal, didn't they, just on the hour mark, but they haven't been able to add to it, and that'll frustrate them. They've had a couple of half chances to really create and haven't managed anything significant, and Middlesbrough have started to put some attacking play of their own on here. Hull coming forward, can they find another consolation? Coyle, it's so tight at the top. Mentioned they were 9th tonight. They would have gone 3rd with a win. It just feels like a massive missed opportunity.
Yeah,
they've got to sit and wait and watch tomorrow as Giabi's pass, former Leeds and Plymouth man, is astray, and now Borough just almost like a training exercise, just firing off a few passes on the edge of their own 18-yard box. Damage done first half, and what damage it was as well. Significant damage. 4 goals from Middlesbrough. Strelec, Gilbert, Whittaker, McGree. It was 3 goals in 10 minutes, wasn't it, before half time, that really did get the job done. And despite Gelhardt's penalty, not too much more that Solbrin has had to do. Sammy Silvera comes forward. That's a target. He'll go back to Bryn. And Borough now just killing time before the short bus ride home to Middlesbrough tonight and Teesside to get ready for that trip to Charlton in midweek. We've seen quite a bit of Middlesbrough. Do you think they're equipped to go the distance this time?
Yeah, I have to say, everything I've seen, and you're looking at players that have come in that haven't really figured a lot, coming in and making an impact as well, so the quality and depth's there.
Well, here's a chance now. Whittaker, edge of the area, was coming together off the edge of the box, but he's got to know his left foot. Whittaker, he's wanting the shot, gets it to Silvera, hits it, takes a huge deflection and goes behind. I think it was Hackney who was taken down off the ball edge of the box. Referee tried to play an advantage. Hackney's still down at the moment. And we're going to see more changes this time from Kim Hellberg and Middlesbrough as they look to freshen things up for the final 10 minutes or so. We're going to see Sverre Nipan and Kali Seni. So 2 really attacking changes about to come on for Kim Hellberg and Middlesbrough.
Yeah, it just shows you again quality and depth that he's got. I'm looking at that there. It was a sore one as well, that Hackney. He never went and the referee, Dean Whitestone, never went and had a chat with the Hull player.
Yeah, it wasn't a great challenge, was it?
It wasn't at all.
So Middlesbrough have got a corner then. A chance for a 5th for them. The Borough fans over in that corner, they're enjoying their night out. Ball whipped in, near post. It comes off a defender and it goes behind. It was a bit of a ricochet. I'm not sure the defender knew too much about that. And it goes behind, and it is another corner kick for Middlesbrough. Aidan Hackney's one of our own. Will he still be one of their own at the end of January? You get the feeling that could have a big part to play in Borough's promotion campaign. Ball whipped in again towards the far post. Target was lunging but couldn't keep it in, and it goes out for a throw-in. And look, they have had a habit of selling players. They sold Rav van den Berg in the summer window. Will they keep hold? Well, David Strelec's night is done. He got the goal, the opening goal, took it really well as well, David Strelec. He's worked hard, and he will get a breather. And also coming off Morgan Whittaker. 4 in 4 for Whittaker. He must feel on top of the world at the moment.
Yeah, and some wonderful goals as well. You know, I think they've played their part tonight. I think Strelec has worked hard. He's held the ball up. He's stretched the pitch. He's come in and dropped into some nice little pockets as well. No, they've been good second half. It's been more of a battle, but they've really showcased that they've got that side of the game as well. Middlesbrough.
All played back. Just a word on Joe Gelhardt. 8 goals in 10 games, Chris.
Yeah.
Do you think he might go back to Leeds in January? He's on loan here from Leeds. Leeds need goals.
I just think with his attributes, maybe the Premier League's maybe a little stretch too far. I like him as a player. I think very, very good. Works hard, technical.
Well, here's a chance here on the break. Here, Sverre Nipan plays it forward for Borough. It's cut out. I just wonder if his pace is quite good enough for the elite level in England, but he certainly knows where the goal is. That is for sure. Well, he has scored goals for Leeds. I know I was listening to you and Barry Cooper speaking earlier. I do think he's a player, just needs an art. He needs to be loved, I think.
Yeah.
And he's getting loved here, and I think you can't guarantee him first team football. I don't think he wants to go and sit on the bench at Leeds when he can start here week in, week out.
Spot on. It makes a massive difference just playing every game.
Here's Silvera. Little pirouette, edge of the box. 4-1 Borough lead. Silvera back to Hackney. Hackney probing. Look, he's gone down again. Crooks brings him down. And that's a free kick right on the left-hand point of the penalty area. And this is a chance for Borough to add to their 4.
So with this one, right, so Hackney's going at Crooks here. His feet are in the box. Crooks' feet's in the box as he's made the contact. You understand? That's what was given. Remember against Scotland, Denmark.
Yeah.
Because his foot's in, so it's because the defensive foot's in the box when he's made the contact there. There's a question of a penalty kick.
Well, referee's
You're not having it. You're not having it.
No, the foul was outside the box, Chris. Come on. Game's complicated enough as it is.
I know. The rules are changing all the time.
Right, is he going to shoot here, Hackney, or is Target going to whip this in? It's probably a metre from the left-hand edge of the penalty area, right on the corner.
It wasn't that far out the box.
No, I don't think it was, but it certainly opens up chance for a shot, doesn't it, for Aidan Hackney? Here he comes now. Hackney's going to whip it in towards goal, and it came off a Hull defender, and it goes behind. It was Hughes who got the last touch.
Yeah, and it was a contact that Charlie Hughes had to make as well. Struck well, just right on top of Pandur as well. A lot of bodies running across the path of the ball. It's a good defensive header there.
4-1 Middlesbrough lead. We've got 9 remaining here at the MKM Stadium. This will meet again at the end of December. Ball whipped in towards the 6-yard box, headed away by Hull. Edmondson is in there. He's going to bring it down, finds a teammate all the way back on the near side to Nipan. He goes past his man. Good tackle in the end from Akintola's done really well for Hull there. Can he find a teammate now to try and launch a counter? He did find Miller, but the cute back heel, he couldn't quite keep it in. He was tight for room there and tried his best, but the ball rolls out. Look, that'll be the positive for Hull. It's been a night of negatives, let's not kid anybody, but they're getting a few more minutes into Liam Miller. They've not risked Ollie McBurney, but he's a step forward near a return. 6 goals for him before his injury, so they are starting to get some of their big guns back. Ballumi back fit again. So they're getting some players in Hull, but that first 45 minutes, probably their worst of the campaign so far, has cost them. Hackney's still driving forward at every opportunity for Middlesbrough. Here's Crooks, miserable night for him against his former club. And the ball out off McGree and out for a goal kick to Hull, who want to take it quickly. 8 left. The stand away over on the far side, right on the far left-hand corner. All the Borough fans, they're not going anywhere. They'll be here till long after the final whistle tonight. But everywhere else, more and more black seats emerging in the MKM Stadium. All played for by Hull. Game day live tomorrow with Adrian Durham, 2:30. All the goals as they go in from around the Premier League. FA Cup weekend as well. We'll be all over that as well. We've got a live commentary on Sunday. Boreham Wood taking on Newport Sunday afternoon for that. But what a feast of live football we've got for you tomorrow on the TalkSport network. TalkSport 12:30 exclusive. Aston Villa Arsenal. Faker others Sam Matterface and the former England captain Stuart Pearce. We're live Derby Leicester 12:30 with Natalie Sawyer, Joe Shannon and the former Wolves keeper Matt Murray. And then at 3 o'clock, as Adrian's taking you around the grounds, we'll be live on TalkSport 2. Ipswich Coventry. What a game that is. Ipswich, a couple of different disappointing results last week or so they'll want to bounce back. Well, they've got to stop the juggernaut that's Coventry.
Yeah, like you say, I think they know how to go over the line in any game. They're comfortable not having the ball, very good with it, very direct, but they're scoring goals coming from all over the place as well, so it's been very good.
Yeah, that's indeed. I think, well, you've been watching, you've played in this division long enough, you just come across teams that just look destined to get out of it, and Coventry look destined to get out of the division. Ipswich will start the day 7th, just a point outside the top 6. Coventry, as it stands, if Borough win here, and they're going to win, let's be fair, Borough will be 7 behind Coventry at the top. Bellumi trying to work his way in. He's tried hard, but it's not quite fallen his way. Up to press, we're going to see one final change for Middlesbrough, and Delano Bergzorg is about to come on for Middlesbrough, and the Borough fans making plenty of noise here at the MKM Stadium. Here's well, that just sums up Semi Ajayi's night. They've just taken a throw in to him, he's had a touch and it's gone straight out of play for a throw in. Yeah,
no, spot on. Poor touch. You just see the kind of the body language a little bit deflated now as well.
Riley McGree's making way, got a goal in the first half, but he played a key part, Chris, didn't he, in that Borough. An absolute wonderful performance first 45 minutes.
Yeah, he was excellent, he was everywhere. I think you called it in your commentary a couple of times. He was back doing defensive duties, he was stretching the pitch, great little pockets as well, and like you say, to bring a goal. Look at the cuddle with the manager as well. Outstanding, fantastic return from McGree.
Well, it's going to be 2 wins in 2 for Kim Hellberg. Great start to life in the Championship for him and for Middlesbrough. And the Rob Edwards era now in the rearview mirror as Borough look to pull away on a Premier League return. They're in the top 2, and this a very, very good performance away from home. You remember they'd only won at Sheffield Wednesday prior to tonight on their travels. Well, they've come to one of their promotion rivals and put them to bed in the opening 45 minutes. As here come Hull now, the black and gold flooding forward, but they've given it away again. Britton steps in, sliding challenge comes in, it's out for a throw into Middlesbrough, who are now 4 minutes and a bit of injury time away from an emphatic victory here. We thought there'd be goals, Chris. We didn't expect them all in one net in that first half, but I don't think anybody here, even the Hull fans, they've just got outplayed from the first whistle.
No, they did, but they allowed Middlesbrough to control the game. And like you said, I think what we've seen in the first probably 20 minutes of the second half, that's what I expected to see from this Hull side. Really go and force the issue.
Well, here's Bellumi. Bellumi tried to pass it away and ball intercepted. Gayabi couldn't get it. Ball though will work its way out to Miller. Can he produce a bit of trickery? Cuts onto his right foot, 25 yards out from goal, but he gives it away. More misplaced passes, and how greedy and how brave the Middlesbrough want to be coming to goal scoring. Well, Bergzorg will just run over to the near touchline. He's rugby tackled by Coyle, and that'll be a free kick. And I think if you blew the final whistle now, Hull will probably thank you and say good night. Well, it has not been Hull's best, and it's going to be interesting how they bounce back. They've got Wrexham on Wednesday night. That's not going to be easy. Right, if you just joined us, World Cup draw earlier on, England, Croatia, Ghana and Panama in their group. For Group C, Brazil, Morocco, Haiti and Scotland. As Kelly Sen gives away a free kick right by the Borough goal line. Elsewhere, if the Republic of Ireland qualify, Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and one of Wales or Northern Ireland could be going to the World Cup. They would face Canada, Qatar or Switzerland. I think the qualifiers have got 2 brilliant opportunities if they can get through.
Yeah, spot on. What a motivational tool, what an incentive that is.
We'll be there, of course. Every game will be live on the TalkSport network. If you've got the app, you'll not miss any of it. That is for sure. And you need the TalkSport app. So much live sport to come. We've got so much live football. This is all part of the festive 50-50 live commentaries across the month of December. We've got all that darts to squeeze in as well from the Alexandra Palace. And Middlesbrough are going to be going into the weekend knowing whatever happens elsewhere across the weekend, come Monday morning, they're going to be in the top 2.
Yeah. Well, it's like you say, Friday night games are always special games, but they were outstanding in the first 45 minutes. And then, like you say, just got the job done. Second half, managed the game, disappointed to concede the goal, but done what they had to do.
Yeah. And they've just shown in that opening 45 minutes what quality they've got. Another foul from Coyle. Probably about the 4th or 5th foul he's given away, but the referee no inclination to give a yellow card, just the one he's given so far. Delano Bergzorg's having a bit of a laugh and joke with the ball boy, who's probably delighted it stopped raining here. It was incessant, wasn't it, the rain? The pitch is really cut up on this near side as well. Here's a problem they do have here at the MKM. I know they play the rugby league here and it gets a bit of stick for the pitch, but this is football season and the pitch is struggling already. Good work from Charlie Hughes, but then almost played himself into trouble. In fact, he has played himself into trouble. Severa won it back, but he loses out. And the ball played forward, and Akintola gets a boot in the back. Didn't appreciate that one. And that literally was a kick up the backside.
From Edmondson, yeah, he done very well. But Akintola, he knew he was going to take a sober in there. He just had to try and make sure to protect the ball.
Well, it's the Borough fans you can hear singing. Not quite outnumber the Hull fans here, but it's not far away. 4 added on minutes. 4 goals. Middlesbrough scored. Strelic on 10 minutes. Lovely poacher's finish. Fired it high into the roof of the net after the ball was played in. Then Gilbert's low 25-yard shot found the bottom corner. And here might be another one. Bergzorg's gone too early. He's offside. And he did turn his man well. He was in on goal there. Morgan Whittaker got his 4th in 4 games. Lovely curling effort. Left-footed. Got it onto his left foot, edge of the box, and just passed it. Curled it round the keeper. No chance. That was 3-0. And when Riley McGree fired in off Pandya to make it 4-0 just before the break, it was job done for Middlesbrough. And a much-needed away win for them to keep their automatic hopes bang on track here. Another big weekend in the Championship. Mentioned 2 more live games to come tomorrow as well. European action aplenty across next week as well, as Bryn almost gave it away there on the edge of his own area. Coyle will intercept the pass inside the Middlesbrough half. He heads infield, looks to feed it. Akintola got it, then slipped, then sat on the ball, and the referee has said that's a free kick. I think he got in the way of Hackney, who he falls to his feet. Been impressive from Middlesbrough. I know they've not been as good second half because they were 4-0 up at half time. We can forgive them for easing off a bit, but I think in fairness, once the goal went in from Gellert, they've been much better, haven't they?
It's just a little reminder to say, you know what, you're in a game of football, albeit it was so comfortable for them in the first 45, and it's a learning curve as well. You know, they can't be complacent. You have to go out, they have to make sure that they're consistent with the levels that they reached in the first half. Go put Hull to the sword, go and get another 2-3 goals.
Yeah, well, job done. They scored some lovely goals in that first half. And they too, you know, you look at their bench, they've got some firepower. Yeah. You mentioned Bergzorg, Nipan, Sen. You know, they've got Edmondson coming back as well. You do think the window's going to be important for Middlesbrough. Can they hold on to Hackney? Can they add to what they've got? We'll find out. Of course, that's something else you'll be covered live on the TalkSport network. And I've got, of course, Adilson Malanda, the player they signed from the MLS. He's been out on loan at Charlotte. He's back. He's doing what Kim Hellberg described as a mini pre-season at the moment. I think they're excited to get him in. Central defender to add to what they already have. Here's Matt Targett. Borough ticking the time off. Almost 3 of the minimum, 4 added on. We had a late kick-off here. Didn't put Borough off their stride. Here now, Calsen almost got past Egan. He needed to win that, and he did. Ajayi plays it forward, looking for Balumi. Out-muscled. Middlesbrough play it forward here. Bergzorg has it in the centre circle. Heads past one. Oh, he pulled out of the challenge there, Bergzorg, and then the referee gave him a free kick anyway.
Yeah, just a little pull back from Charlie Hughes on Bergzorg there. That's something he's Good player, Birdsong as well. Technically very, very gifted. Ball sticks. Knows what he wants to do with the ball there.
Well, it's the Middlesbrough voices you can hear filling the air at the MKM Stadium tonight. We came not wondering what was going to happen, but really in the opening 15 minutes we're in little doubt. Borough on the front foot and got the goal early on and never took a backward step from that point on. And they are sauntering to victory here. They'll close the gap on Coventry to just 7 points. Coventry in action tomorrow. The referee blows the whistle. And on a filthy night at the MKM Stadium, Hull chose just the wrong time to put in a filthy performance. 4-0 down at half-time. Strelec, Gilbert, Whittaker and McGree with the goals for Middlesbrough were dominant from the opening whistle. Job done in the first 45. Joe Gelhardt got his 8th goal in 10 games in the second half. But tonight was Borough's night. Strelec with a wonderful finish from inside the 6-yard box, hooked it into the roof of the net. Gilbert on his first start of the season fired in a low shot from outside the box to beat Panda. And when Whittaker curled in his 4th in 4, Middlesbrough were 3 goals in on their way to 3 points. McGree fired in from close range. And that was an emphatic 45-minute performance, as you'll see. For Hull, they couldn't turn it around. Gelhardt's goal merely a consolation. I think it's dust yourself down and go again for Hull. For Borough, they are in the top 2. And they're not looking over their shoulder. They're looking up at Coventry. Can they close the gap? Well, they have done tonight. Coventry will get their riposte tomorrow when they go to Ipswich live on TalkSport 2. But tonight, it was Borough's night at the MKM. They've thrashed Hull City. It ends here. Hull City 1, Middlesbrough 4.